What up, gang? Welcome back to the channel. Today we will be doing a video that is a little bit different. I will be talking about The Artist's Way, which is this book here. If you have not heard about it, it is technically a self-help book. It is designed to help you restore your creativity and find your self-confidence. So we are all creating, whether you are creating a spreadsheet or creating a human or creating a, a painting, but we're all creators. We are via the creator. We are his creations and we are creating every day. And we create our lives. And for the most part, until we become very conscious of it, we are creating our lives and things around us that we really don't enjoy, don't want, because we're just creating aimlessly with no direction. So something like this is here to help us. I was introduced to The Artist's Way back in 2019 when I did my second yoga teacher training. So I did my 200-hour entry level in Nashville, and when I moved to Tampa, I did my advanced teacher training here in Tampa at Studio 108. And a few weeks into the training, we got an additional task, which was The Artist's Way. And back then, the mindset Janet had, all the things I had to do, and just it being added, I really wasn't into it. I wasn't interested. I didn't need one more thing to do. And I treated it much like something to check off. I really wasn't connecting with the material, and I wasn't pouring into it or trying to see what it had to offer me and what I could gain from it. As I started the course, a couple of things that I did not like were the writing style, which I still don't really prefer, but it's not that I don't like it. It's just that it is in a style that it's not my preference, but it still gets the job done. And the second thing was the morning pages. I have past writing trauma, and I know that sounds weird, but I was one of those kids that had to write like 8,000 times. I will do or I will not do XYZ, or write 10,000 times. Next time I will do da 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 da. And those aren't like just numbers I'm pulling out of the air. Like, those are real numbers. Like, can you imagine writing something 10,000 times? So having that background and then being told every morning, whether you want to or not, whether you have something to say or not, you need to write these 3 pages. It's a part of the task to get done. And now it's a part of your yoga teacher training. It's a part of your curriculum and a part of our scoring. And I'm just like, it almost kind of felt like punishment. So that was one of my main turnoffs. Again, nothing against the book and the course itself. That was Janet's stuff. So that is why I really didn't connect with the material. Since then, The Artist's Way has been bought back into my reality multiple times. I follow a lot of people who would lean into doing something like The Artist's Way. So people who own Etsy shops, people who run their own businesses, people who are actual artists, whether it is like physical art, canvas or something like that, or digital art, people who are writers. Like, I'm surrounded with people who are actively trying to create and manifest and detail their lives in the way that they want it and it seems most aligned for them. So I've seen numerous YouTube videos since 2019 and known many people who did The Artist's Way, and I get to hear what they went through and what they gained and what they learned and all these other kind of things. And the whole time I'm just like, oh, that's such a blessing for you. I'm glad that worked out for you, but it's not me. Like, I just kept pushing it away. I wasn't interested at all. So most recently, I was brought back to The Artist's Way by, I want to say her name is Malika, Your Guardian Angel, here on YouTube. And she does manifestation and law of attraction, law of assumption type content. And she did a video entitled something like The Artist's Way, How Doechii Did It, or something like that. And I don't follow doechii or her music or artist, like art platform as a creator, but even though I don't follow her, I still hear of her and I know her accolades, and I know like how well people say she is doing and the way in which she's doing it that is very authentic and aligned with her. So even though I don't follow her, I still know her. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, you know, she seems to be very authentic in what she does. and she's doing it the way that is gonna continue to align with her down the line. You know, a lot of people do things to get something started, whether it is in like the music and television industry or even a business. You do things, you cut corners, you give away a little piece of yourself just to get in the door, and then people want you to continue on that path, and then there comes a point where you don't align with that anymore, and you basically have to restart your whole platform. And I don't think, from what I'm hearing, I don't know her, of course, I don't think she's doing it in that way, and that kind of spoke to me. So I watched that video, I finished that video, I went and searched for my book. So like I said, I started this book in 2019. I did not know that it was in April. It was April 4th of 2019 in yoga teacher training, and I restarted it ironically on April 3rd of 2025. And if that's not synchronistic, I don't know really what is. Like, I looked at it several times, and I even did a what's that called, like a short, when I like saw that almost to the day, like God brought me back to this book, like, girl, you gonna finish this book because I said so. And yes, sir.
So it's taken me about 20 weeks instead of 12, but I did finally finish.
So what else do I need to go over? So, kind of telling you how the book is set up. So this is a 12-week course, and in the 12-week course, you have the beginning, kind of like telling you what the book is about, how it's set up, which would be expected of you, the things that may come up, those type things. And then after that, it's broken down week 1 through 12. Every day, you are expected to write 3 pages. It's called morning pages. It's just free form writing, whether you have something actual to like say and get into, or you just getting everything out of your mind so you can go on with your day, kind of like a brain dump. So it can be, I slept well, this was my dream, my food didn't sit well in my stomach last night, my workout yesterday was great, I hope today that I see Mike at the coffee shop and Mary at the grocery store, like anything. Or it can be you actually going through, like, at 8, I'm gonna plan to do this, at 10, I'm gonna plan to do this, and then of course, like, probably a thought is gonna come in, write that thought down. Like, it's just getting everything out the way. Then on top of that, you will have 1 artist date a week, and your artist date is time that you take out for yourself, with yourself, by yourself. So it's a solo date. And you just do this to kind of pour back into yourself. A lot of people don't have good boundaries, whether it's because they have jobs and responsibilities, they're caretakers, have kids, you do after school, after work activities for yourself or somebody else, but you don't have time to just be with yourself. So that's what that is for. And then at the end of the chapter, it will have tasks. So they are more like writing prompts to get you into kind of diving into the things that block us as humans. And then you have check-ins at the end of each week, kind of how did it go? And I think there's about 3 questions for the check-ins. So let me make sure I'm not missing anything. The contract, I did forget something. So there's also a contract in here. Not there. I thought I bookmarked it, but maybe I did not. It would seem that I did not. Okay, so in my book, I'm sure there's plenty of versions of it at this point, but in my book on page 23, there is a contract, and she mentions in the reading, and it's signed twice because I've done this twice. She mentions in the reading, if you need to make any caveats or modifications in the contract so that the contract is actually believable and doable for you in your current situation, to kind of make those modifications. So the way we did our artist way in yoga teacher training, we were required to do the artist date, we were required to do the 3 morning pages, and then there's usually 8 to 10 tasks at the end. Because we were doing so many other things, we did not do all of them. We were required to pick 2 to 3. So I am sticking with that this go around as well. I'm gonna pick 2 or 3. I want to try to not do the same ones I did last time, but I am back recording this at this point. I'm in week 2 and now I'm recording the intro before I record week 1. So I know that at least in week 2 that there is one that calls to me, and I don't want to not do it just because I did it before, because my mindset and where I am in my healing process and my spiritual journey is totally different than where I was when I did this in 2019, and I need to do that exercise again. So outside of that, basically I was putting that caveat in place that I didn't want to do the same one again because I didn't want to get into like a lazy, like, you know, just pencil whip it to say I did it, but I think I'm good. So I did that, signed it, dated it, and there we are. So there is that, and that might be just about it. I am doing my morning pages in a journal I actually created myself. I created these back in 2021, I want to say, before I opened my Etsy shop, which I no longer have the Etsy shop, but these journals are still up on Amazon, and I want to say it is 100 pages. It's wide ruled, I want to say, because I write big, and yeah, this is the last one I have, so I thought it would be good to use in this journey because this is actually a creation of mine, and I'm doing the artist way that is a creative journey, so it was like duh. But I will what do you say, put the link in the description for these. I think they're like $8.88 is what I put it for, because of course it had to be like a cool number, you know. On Amazon. And yeah, I think that's it for the intro. I would love for people to join in, or for people who have already done the artist way to leave comments. When I did it the first time, I did not complete it. We got through week 8, I want to say, and we were basically graduating. So I did not complete it past that point because, like I said already, I really wasn't interested in doing it in the first place. So I did what I needed to do to get my paperwork, and I pretty much left it after that. So for those who have completed it or done it before or have any experience with it, questions, comments, whatever, leave those down below. Also, if you want to join in, grab you a copy of the book, get you a journal or some computer paper. You don't need a journal. Don't make a barrier to entry for yourself. You can, if you have to. I wouldn't do it because it is not as it doesn't feel the same. But if you had to, like you just could not get pen and paper, you could type it on your phone, your morning pages. But like I said, it's not gonna hit the same. And I think if you're honest with yourself, you know it's not gonna hit the same either. But do what you gotta do where you at. So anyways, I think that's it. Thank you for watching. I would love for you to join in. I'll see you next time. Bye.